Hi! Okay, YouTube is working. Hi, everybody. I'm also streaming on Twitch. I am multi-streaming. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm Ellie, if you're new here, and I talk about sustainable fashion news, I talk about environmentalism, and I talk about social justice, and today we have a full day of news. It's so exciting for me because I get to share like what I'm interested in. I am multi-streaming. I can hear myself. Okay. Let me show you what I'm going to be working out of today. So, as I was showing you, isn't Hello Kitty so cute? But I'm using a Canva deck to talk about all the news, to keep myself organized, and to have you like skim through, see what you want to stay for. But basically, I'm going to be opening up with vegan makeup and talk about some vegan fashion brands, and then I'm also going to be talking about e.l.f. I don't know if you guys have heard of e.l.f, but they are a brand that I actually used to buy a lot from because they're super affordable, but they're also clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and fair trade certified. I actually had a internship with World Fair Trade certification things. I'm not going to get into detail about it, but yeah, I interned with a lot of fair trade organizations. I really love fair trade stuff. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how YouTube has increased requirements to get monetized, which is actually really important to me because I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube, especially because I only have 500 subscribers. You should definitely subscribe if you want to learn more about the news. I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 Central Time until like 9:30. Today may be a shorter stream. Keep on going says, nah, thank you so much. But I also want to talk about how thrifting is a form of overconsumption. I have a habit of doing this because I go to the bins and then I buy way too much. So this article really breaks down the philosophy, the ideas behind overconsuming. Especially when you go thrifting, it's really easy to buy stuff you don't really need. Also, there is a fun Laredo fashion show that happened. I was not aware that this was a thing until I found the article, but I have been to Laredo, Texas. I went there for a climate activism training. There's a lot of like sustainable minded people there because they are at the forefront of environmental and social issues. So I'm excited to support their fashion show, especially because it uses upcycled materials. So things are not ending up in the landfill. Then we're going to be talking about how fast fashion is capitalizing on Gen Z's interest in mending and sewing, and and we're gonna go into how Oxfam as well has opened a pilot store for fashion rentals. I've heard a lot about Oxfam. They're more centered in Europe than anything else. So we're gonna look at that, and then also we're gonna be talking about some fashion designers that upcycled items. So tablecloths, duvets, and sheets are things that have been upcycled to make dresses. I love platforming and uplifting sustainable fashion designers. So we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be ending off with Colina Strada's fashion show. That was a very beautiful fashion show. But there is also more news. So if you want to stay in this community, please be kind, please be respectful, and come to learn. Because we are talking about topics that are, how do I say this? Are difficult and requires you to be thinking about this in a way that's like beyond like a comedy. I feel, okay, how do I say this? I feel like a lot of times streams are like for entertainment or for comedy. I'm not here to like be entertainment. I'm here for us to learn and to educate. So, yeah. Crowry shells also is something that I wanted to talk about. So this is a designer that does fashion with the shells. So we're gonna highlight her as well. I think I'm gonna end it off around there. Let's see. Also, I really like the cool down effect. It is a amazing organization that talks about different articles and different things. So they actually highlighted this TikTok creator discussing natural fibers. So we're gonna look at that, and then I'm based in Chicago, so the symposium is such an amazing thing for me to go to. It's a sustainable fashion symposium. I haven't been. They did one last year, and I really want to go. So we're gonna look at that. But yeah, it's gonna be like a short stream. I was thinking maybe doing like my typical 2 hour stream, but I don't really think I'm gonna do that this time. Also, I'm having a horrible hair day. It's so humid out. It's the worst temperature ever, and I was trying to figure out my hair today, and it's like it's not working. I have like really frizzy curly hair, and I try to like put hairspray on it. I try to straighten it out. I try to do everything in my power to look presentable, and then it's like boom. It's boom. And my room is not really helping whatsoever because it's a mess. But I'm so excited to jump on today. The news is really important to talk about, to grapple with. I'm not an expert. I will never say that I'm an expert. I think it's just good to like come on and talk about these topics, especially because there's such a lack of representation in this industry. And by industry, I mean the sustainable fashion industry. I think it's very much dominated by very few people, and they all come from a very similar background. And I think it's super cool when someone that's normal, that has a low income job, that just talks about this because she loves the topic and nothing else. I think it's really necessary. I'm just a normal person, and I don't pretend to be anything else. Not trying to push an agenda, really not trying to sell anything. I just wish more people talked about this and grappled with these topics. Also, I started streaming in my PJs, so that just kind of like says everything about my fashion philosophy. I'm not a fashion snob. So yeah, I like try to keep it normal. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I'm the fashion police, and you have to believe this, and you have to be like this to belong here. Like, I do this for fun. And it's so hot in Chicago. God, what the heck? Why is this so hot? We're gonna get started right now, but yeah, I hope everybody's having a beautiful, 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 beautiful Wednesday. Um, should I do like some personal updates before I get started with the news though? Maybe we'll do that. We'll follow the schedule. Um, yeah, let me do personal updates and then we'll do news actually. I kind of don't really feel like doing personal news. I feel like I've gotten a lot of parasocial chatters in the past because of it. Because I overshare a lot out of habit. I think I just get nervous and I'm like, oh my god, I have to share everything and I have to like be who they want me to be. But I'm such a people pleaser at the end of the day. Like, that's my issue. But for me now going forward, I think 10 minutes of personal time is like good. I don't want to give details anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to give details. If you want to know about my personal life, you can watch my vlogs. I have vlogged a lot these past 2 weeks. But basically, personal updates for those that watch routinely and are used to them. I didn't stream yesterday. I actually worked on Depop, and it was so strange not streaming on Tuesday because I have streamed on Tuesday for such a long time that not doing it was like, oh my god, something's missing. I feel like I'm not achieving anything in life. I feel like my day is empty. I felt so alone. There was such a pang of loneliness, and I try to watch other streamers. There's a lot of like elections happening in Wisconsin. So I was watching Hassan, I was watching Caroline Kwan, and that wasn't really doing anything for me. I was like, oh god, I don't want to listen to politics after a full day of work. And I was taking photos for my Depop stuff. which I also cross list on eBay. And yeah, I just felt like so empty. And I kind of expected it because I was so used to a routine. Like, I always talked about fashion news on Tuesday. And I kind of never stream on Wednesday. So it was such a shift. But I think having the balance of streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is going to be so good for me because it gives me time to think about the news that have emerged throughout the week. It gives me time to like work on Depop. It gives me time to like have hobbies. But it's just like adjusting is a huge thing. But I didn't like that feeling of like feeling empty. But I mostly stream to have something to do in the evenings, to be totally honest. Like, I don't really think I have the personality to stream, nor do I have the patience that is required to grow as a streamer. So like, my goal is never to like become a streamer. It's just to like share the topics that I love to talk about. But it's so interesting that I've grown to miss it. Like, that's the whole point, I guess, that I'm trying to make from like me not wanting to be a full-time streamer or a big streamer. It's just I found it on that I missed it. And I was thinking today about like my long-term vision of like having my own thrift store and like becoming a Depop reseller and how I want to have my own studio apartment. And those things just feel so distant, but like I was still thinking about streaming. It's like I have all these dreams and all these goals and I'm still thinking about streaming. It's actually very interesting how my brain works. But yeah, I'm trying to like balance everything out, trying to like be responsible with where I'm heading with business goals, being responsible with my work stuff, being responsible with Depop. So it is definitely juggling a lot of things all at the same time. And I share a lot on my Instagram story. I share little moments, and it's fun. Like, people get to see the behind the scenes. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can. But other than working a lot, I work like a 9 to 5 basically, and then I come home and stream. I don't really do much else. So even if I wanted to be private, like, you guys are not really missing out on much. I just watch a lot of streams, watch a lot of YouTube videos. I work on my blog posts. Like, I'm editing videos for my YouTube channel. I'm just always working. So everything that you see on my YouTube channel, everything you see on my streams, everything that's public about me is literally what I'm working on. There's nothing too much there, I guess, but yeah, I think it's like good to not show like the details, because I used to tell people when I would take a bath. I don't want you to know if I'm taking a bath today. Like, in context of the stream, I would be like, oh, I need to now go take a bath. Like, you all don't need to know that. Boss Station on Twitch followed me. Hello. What a intro. I hope you were listening before you followed me, because if you just followed me for the bath thing, okay, their first chat was please no bath streams. Okay, this is great. We're doing great. See, this is what I'm telling you. Like, if I overshare or say certain things, like, it just brings a certain energy that was not desired. So, yeah, that is not the vibe I'm trying to give, but, I think just like focusing on the news is so important. I rarely see anyone talking about sustainable fashion news. I have never freaking seen anyone talk about environmentalism that seriously in a stream before, so having those topics also be deeply connected to social justice is really important to me, so that's kind of like where I stand. And one of the first things that I want to talk about is Good On You. I don't know if you guys have heard of Good On You, but it's a rating system where they review different brands and then they make a final say of how good it is. And I loved how they looked into vegan fashion brands, because I've been really into vegan fashion and vegan makeup, especially vegan makeup, but I'm not in Europe. I am not in freaking Europe. Basto, really, you like fast tracked yourself into a freaking ban. Why are you okay? Basta came to troll. I don't know how you guys have like so much free time. Do you like have so much freaking free time to be trolling? Okay. Anyways, Mashu, they said, is a British, more sustainable vegan accessory label specializing in handbags. I've never heard of Mashu, and then there's also Boldwill. It kind of reminds me of Goodwill, a Dutch sportswear brand that makes all its apparel from plant-based fabrics. This one actually sounds cool. I'm trying to go more to the gym, and this one sounds interesting. But imagine the shipping. Oh god, the environmental impact of that would be terrible. I wonder how expensive they are. Women, let's see. I rather buy locally than anything else. Okay, how much are these? 94 euros. Wood, leggings, pine green. Huh. They look comfy, but like I don't really need anything else, but it's just like good to know. Oh, I've heard of Kings of Indigo. Kings of Indigo makes quality denim tops and accessories inspired by American classics with a Japanese eye for detail. Yeah, I've heard of them. I've done research on them. They're favorited by a lot of sustainable fashion influencers. Says it's rooted in American denim heritage, refined with a Japanese eye for detail, responsibly crafted for a longer life. Yeah. The thing is, these brands are low-key expensive, and I don't have a huge budget. Like, again, my biggest goal right now is to save for a studio apartment. And when I see these clothing, I'm like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. Like, I wish I had the money for it, but I can't buy it right now. Imagine if I spent 100 euros or $100, whatever the conversion is, on a skirt. I would be so screwed. Ugh. But it's so pretty. Like, the clothing seems very well made. They say it's a miniskirt designed with clean lines and a flattering silhouette. But I feel like I could thrift this look. Honest to God, I feel like I can thrift anything. I'm at the bins all the time. It's low-key an addiction. ID.8 is an Italian brand that was born from the meeting between Dong and Colina. I don't even know how to say that word. The footwear is sustainable, made in Italy with lower impact materials. See, the thing is, it's good to know what's on the radar. I feel like we should always know, like, sustainable alternatives. But you're kind of, like, just trusting their website and, like, what they're saying. Especially as a very small designer. Like, if they don't have any, like, peer reviews or, like, there's not a lot of people talking about this brand, all you have to base your opinion off is, like, what they say. So, like, if you go to their sustainable thing, like, we can go through and talk about the materials and, like, read about it right now if you want. We can also discover the animal-free fashion thing they have, but we're just kind of trusting it. And they say that it's... They're calling themselves the Italian eco shoe. The new vegan sneakers made from cacti, recycled bottles. Oh my god, why is this shifting so much? I'm trying to learn. Pineapple leaves? Wait, how much are these? Again, I'm not gonna buy them, but like, these are alternatives that are being presented to us. 200 euros. Whoa. That looks like aluminum foil. Like the pink detail here. Interesting. I low-key kind of don't like the design. If I saw these at the thrift store, I would not pick them up. But that's like my taste. I like more black and white color schemes in my stuff. These seem fun. They seem fun. They advertise it as having recycled polyester. They have bio-based apple scraps. And then they have bio-based stuff with grape scraps. And it's ethically produced in Portugal. And they say that comfort is ensured with integrated antibacterial and odor-resistant insoles, giving a lasting feeling of fresheners that that is with you. Okay. They just say the most fancy thing, and I'm trying to get to the point. They're not that bad compared to like Nikes, because Nikes I see are like $200. But for me, like what matters to me at the end of the day is like things that I can actually like use in my everyday life. And that's why I want to talk about e.l.f. Like I personally say, okay, before I move on, I personally say that if you buy vegan fashion for your own life, for your own cause, like that's great, that's your life. But for me, I don't really endorse it. But it's good to know that there is very good quality vegan fashion. And those alternatives should be welcomed in the face of fast fashion, such as like Shein, Temu, Zara. Like these are brands you should definitely consider if you have the money and you have the interest to support better, but don't necessarily feel comfortable buying used yet. Don't feel comfortable um, thrifting or buying from Depop or eBay. So like this is a good start if you're just in your journey of doing things in a better way. But for me, like I don't have the budget for it. But what I do have a budget for is e.l.f. and it's still like endorsing my idea of wanting to support better alternatives. And like I sadly feel like I'm stuck buying makeup for the rest of my life. Like it's an essential good. For me, makeup is an essential good. So I feel like buying from this brand is justified. It's not like a commodity anymore versus like these shoes. Like I don't need shoes. I have enough. Um, but like with makeup, it's always something that I'm constantly using. It's a constant thing. It doesn't last as long as like shoes. And I've bought from e.l.f. before. They're in Walmart, they're in Target, they're like everywhere. And their makeup is pretty good. I started using their stuff when I was like 15 or 16. I have used more of like their eye products. To be honest, I need more eyeliner. These are not like the best products under the moon. They're like not the most glamorous. They're not the most, how would I say? They're not the best quality, but I like what they stand for, and that's like enough for me to like support. And the prices are within my budget, so like it's an easy way for me to like practice what I preach, which is what we always should be doing. If we have values, we should implement them into action. And like it's so easy to like buy a brow pencil and go about it that way. Not to say like we can consume ourselves into consciousness or consume our way into sustainability or cruelty-free practices, but like it's us putting our money into a brand that's doing good, and I think that's what really matters. But to like fully eradicate cruelty in the makeup industry is a whole different conversation. To make things incredibly more fair trade certified in the makeup industry is also a huge battle that requires laws, policies, a lot of politicians, a lot of consumer, I guess, politics. So this is just like the entry point towards that journey, but I prefer this than like a really nasty, cruel makeup brand. So I actually really want to do a vlog where I go buy e.l.f. products because I'm running low on eyeliner. I need, look, I don't even have any good makeup on today. Not to like be like, oh, I look so bad today, but I don't look the best today because I'm literally running out of makeup and I haven't been buying literally anything to basically save money because my focus right now is to like stabilize my life and to have a lot of savings. So materialism, consumerism, that needs to like get eliminated from my head. So I haven't been buying anything really, and I look worse because of it. My eyelashes are not the best. I need to replace the eyelashes. I need better eyeliner. I look tired right now because I don't have an updated eyeliner. I'm using like an old one. Like my eyebrows too. Need eyebrow filler thingers. I need like a better highlighter because right now I don't like how I look. I'm like squishing my face. I don't like how I look. But I think having better products will help. So I think maybe doing like a vlog would be so fun. And then you guys can learn about the makeup stuff. I can review certain products. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's kind of like where I stand with like makeup and like veganism. I want to know like if they have any lip glosses. Wait, do they have any lip glosses? I also ended up making vegan makeup sound so serious or like intellectual. This is not what I'm trying to do today. I don't know how else do I explain that I love me a good vegan makeup brand. What is Microsoft Shop doing? It's offering me discounts. $8 for a lip oil. Okay, I've never tried lip oil. I've never tried lip oil. Also, I do want to say that there was a lot of trollers at the beginning of my stream, so I'm barely like settling into the stream because of it. So if the vibes are off or you sense something, if you sense the vibes, just know that I had trolls. And I'm trying not to get pissed. I was like, dang, I feel not the best today, and then the day I don't feel the best, it's like there's trolls. It's fine though. It's fine. Oh, you know what a fun fact is? I don't really use eyeshadow. $10 eyeshadow palette. That's kind of pricey. I've never spent $10 on a palette before. I've spent like the most $5. I don't really spend money on makeup. Like if I did a Sephora haul, what's it called? Sephora haul? Like that would be a new freaking experience. Like I never really experimented with makeup. I don't really care for it. I just really need it to be effective, like efficient. I need efficiency for my makeup. That's really it. And that's kind of like a different mindset, I feel like, from the typical girl. I feel like the girl wants to look... I'm not going to generalize, but... Okay, maybe I am like every other girl. I want to feel pretty. I want to be pretty. Fine. 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 Oh, the glitter makeup is kind of cool. The photos kind of suck on here. What type of... Is this vegan eyeshadow? Wait, this is 100% vegan glitter eyeshadow. And double certified, cruelty-free by Leaping Bunny and PETA. Oh, I asked... Okay, I asked the Sanctuary stream what to look for in cruelty-free makeup. And they told me about the Leaping Bunny. And now I'm gonna look for the Leaping Bunny thing. I thought they were being literal. I thought when they said Leaping Bunny, I had to look for like a literal Leaping Bunny. But like that's just what it's called. Okay, this is cool. I should do like a vlog where I go shopping and I show you guys like what I find, and then I try the products, and then I give you like a final makeup look. That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. I like the glitter. I may get the glitter. Whoa. Or I can try like a fun like bug look. I've been seeing a lot of Pinterest stuff. Oh, I can pull up my Pinterest. My Pinterest is so fun. If you guys want to know what my inner brain looks like, it is freaking Pinterest. Stalk my brain by stalking my Pinterest. Actually don't, but I mean you now see like what my username is. What is makeup? Okay. So I pinned a lot of like surrealistic looks. These are out there. Like the butterfly look would be so fun. Like I could try doing that with like an eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. Because I don't have any eyeshadow palettes. Again, everything I'm buying is stuff that I don't have and would need. And also just would want to have for fun. Oh, like the beetle look would be cool. Yeah, I feel like I would want like a green eyeshadow palette for fun. To like do cool, interesting looks. Wait, okay. Because I need more fun stuff in my makeup packages, makeup pouches. I have like 2 makeup pouches, but it's all like old dirty stuff. Wait, these are so cool. So I could choose one of these looks. As you can see, I don't really like normal makeup looks. So if I do makeup, it has to be like out there. It's all or nothing, basically. Wait, I love this look. I wanted to do this sort of makeup look on me for such a long time. Holy moly, she's like beautiful. Like if I locked in, I could kind of look like this. Is that me being delusional? That if I do my makeup, I'll look like a model? Or is that like what I've been sold to think about? That if I look at an image and buy the makeup, then that's how I will look? Maybe. I'm actually gonna write a blog post about vegan makeup and like the decapitalization of beauty. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm actually thinking about it quite seriously, but I still don't know how to like regurgitate, like repeat what I'm reading from the book and from my research into like normal words. I feel like it's like too complicated to explain right now in my head. So I'll keep like talking about what I learn about decapitalizing yourself away from makeup looks and like beauty standards, but basically I feel like if I was to summarize it, it's like removing yourself away from the marketing of beauty brands, away from like beauty standards, what's expected of you from society, and to accept your own inner beauty, because I feel like we're all expected to look like a Eurocentric woman that's like a size 0 with blue eyes and symmetrical features, but a lot of people are not European. And I feel like as a Latina who has very strong features and who honestly doesn't really like makeup, I feel like I don't really look like the standard that's expected. I have some qualities that could make me pass off as like more pleasing to the eye. I guess if I tried. Okay, how do I detangle my thoughts? See, this is why I didn't really want to talk about it. If I tried, I could maybe meet the standards of like the beauty world, but at the same time, like what I love is this, right? But then you live in the normal world where you have to go to work. You have to like talk to normal people, right? And this like me right here is kind of normal. This is not normal. So like what's the in between? Uh and that's a question I don't know, but I can always do like a basic eyeliner. I can do like more normal looks, but then I'm like, wait, am I playing into beauty ideals? Like, am I trying to become someone I'm not? So the blog post is also helping me figure out like who I want to become as a woman. How do I self-liberate from these standards, from these ideals? Cause like, what says right now that I'm not beautiful? Is it me, my head, saying it to you? Or is it like society, which is you guys telling it to me? But if you're telling it to me, then like those are ideas you hold for the world and for yourself. So I can't really change people's mind, but I don't really want to please people, but I do want to be appealing in a way, in some way that's appropriate. Like if I go around going to work with this makeup, like with sparkles, that wouldn't be necessarily appropriate. But if we do like a sparkly thing, this is kind of like an in-between. Like her face is kind of like shiny, she has like some sort of more, I guess, quote-unquote modest eyeshadow. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what you guys are thinking when you look at a woman, and what I'm thinking when I'm looking at myself and other women, and how I want to express myself, and how does makeup work with that. And then also thinking about systemic issues like capitalism. So beauty is so much more deeper than we believe it to be, and it just has to pull us into deeper questions. It makes us have to think about what we think is true in life and what we want to uphold as a community. But it's not to negate these models or this beauty whatsoever. This is not a question against beautiful women. It's more so like why why is things the way they are. But dude, I used to be, for me, like personally, just to go back to me, I used to be so aesthetically beautiful like 3 years ago, and that's like my profile picture that I use for everything. But I was deeply unhappy. I was not eating. I was the most lonely I ever was. So like every time you look at my profile picture, you're seeing the most lonely moments of my life. You're seeing the most quite literally hungry moments. I didn't eat. I didn't really take care of myself. I felt like things were crumbling, and yet that's like the photo I thought I looked the most gorgeous in. But I was just starved. It's so interesting. But like, yeah, aesthetically, it worked out in my favor, I guess. Maybe I should use a different photo because it represents a lot of struggle. But for me, like aesthetically, it worked out. I don't know how to explain that. Do you guys know what I mean? It doesn't really matter if you don't understand because I guess it. Okay. How do I explain this? I'm like switching back and forth because I'm trying to like figure out the words. I don't know if that made sense to anyone, but you know when like you look really cute or really beautiful and it's like, whoa, I have to capture this, but like no one knows the backstory. I feel like that's what I'm trying to say. Like the backstory was like not that great, but like the photo looked great. But that shouldn't really matter. You should be happy with yourself. Like you should be feeding yourself. You should have friends. You should feel like you're cared for. Like those are things that I care about more than like looking aesthetically pleasing. But because I lacked all that stuff, I spent so much time trying to look the best. I spent hours on outfits. I spent hours on makeup. I spent hours on my hair, and then I just drove around alone that day. But aesthetically, I looked my best. But it was empty. It was an empty aesthetic. So, yeah. Anyways, that was a little personal story. But yeah, I'm gonna show more about like my sense of makeup, my sense of fashion in my vlogs. I feel like that will give more like context to what I'm talking about because I'm just like going on general tangents. And I like do a lot of vlogs, right? I do like a lot of like random videos of my life. And I've wanted to grow YouTube for such a long time. And then I saw how tubefilter published an article about how YouTube is raising the eligibility. Oh my god, I'm getting pissed. How they raise the eligibility requirements to get monetized on YouTube. So, GG's to me actually making it as a YouTuber. I'm barely at 500 subscribers, okay? And it no, 507 to be exact. Nat, I don't know if you were trolling or not, but Nat on YouTube was saying, do not quit. Even if you have 507 subs, you are the best. I don't even know if that's like a rage bait or a bait. Hopefully it's not. But I feel like those numbers are like punishing me. Because I feel like I joke streaming to such a small number of people. But then again, it's like I'm barely starting off. And like no one is gonna help me grow. Like I can like collaborate with others. I can like do other projects to like bring more people in, but to be streaming or to be taken very seriously at a very small like numerical count it feels kind of embarrassing sometimes. So for example, for me, I personally feel embarrassed streaming to 70 people. I feel embarrassed streaming to 500 subscribers on YouTube. I've never admitted it before, but it's something that like eats at me, and that's why I feel so pressured. I feel so insecure about a lot of the stuff that I do, because it's like, why do I bother and why does anyone care if I'm such a small creator? But I'm just like in the beginning phase of my journey, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, if only I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. If only I had like 200 followers on Twitch. Like that would legitimize me a little bit more. But that just takes time. I remember when I used to be streaming on Twitch with only 20 followers, and it was actually kind of fun because it felt like a joke. And when I had like 300 subscribers last year, when I first started streaming, it was like the same thing. It felt like streaming and being taken seriously was a joke, so like everything was funny. But now that I'm like steadily increasing my progress, that joke has turned into like a nagging feeling of like no one is taking me seriously because it's all a joke. But that's just like my brain converting something, an idea into something else. And now that I saw this, I'm like, God, like, when am I stop? When am I gonna not be a joke anymore? But I think it's just my mentality, and I'm just curious, like, why they raised the requirements. So that you used to be able to get monetized on YouTube, um, with only 1,000 subscribers, and then either have 4,000 hours of yearly public watch time, or 10 million short views over 90 days. And now they raised the public watch time, so it's up to 8,000. So they doubled it. So I need more people to watch my stuff, or more hours technically. So double the watch hours and get the 1,000 subscribers. I'm never gonna get the 20 million shorts viewers. Like what? um, but yeah, that's kind of like what I'm facing right now as a content creator or a streamer, and I kind of feel this pain for a lot of other creators because it's just so hard to make it nowadays because of TikTok and shorts. Like everybody wants short form content, and like for me as a streamer, it's just like really hard to retain people's attention. So I know I'm not going to grow as a streamer right now, especially within the era of the shorts, of the TikToks. Um, but it's fine. Like I'm going to continue doing like this sort of content. It's just like it's going to be incredibly hard to make money from it. So I also just wonder too, like why was this move made? Like why make this decision? Because it affects small creators the most. Um, Obviously, like we have fan funded stuff. Like I know one of my longtime watchers, her name's Marissa. She donated via my coffee account once. It's I think it's spelled KOFFE. It's just coffee with a K, and it's like a way for chatters to donate to creators who have made an account on there. So there's like other alternatives in making money. Like we don't necessarily have to be in the YouTube partner program to make money if you're streaming on YouTube or making content on YouTube. It's just like the ads that are played in the YouTube stuff is not making me any money. And even if it was monetized, like because I get so little viewers, like I would probably get pennies. So maybe this will affect, I guess, more of my motivation than anything. Like it raises the barriers of entry to a higher level. But I'm locked in. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna get discouraged. It's just I feel like this is very discouraging for smaller creators, especially when it's so hard to grow on social media. And as someone that really cares about sustainable fashion and this topic, and just knowing how incredibly niche it is, I don't have high hopes of reaching 1,000 subscribers anytime soon. So I have to think about it in like years. Maybe it's within a year to like grow as a sustainable fashion YouTuber, but I've seen a lot of amazing content creators and like TikTokers grow, but they they're they're lucky. I don't know how they achieved it so fast. But I do need to improve more on my like editing and stuff. It is about editing and how you make like the YouTube video, to be honest. But yeah, that's worth noting, especially because it affects this channel. But I do want to get into this interesting article. It says, can thrifting be a form of overconsumption? This is an article written by REFINERY 29. Oh my goodness. We're loading your content. Whoa. Wait, can we listen to the article? Powered by Trinity Audio. Whoa, we can listen.
Can thrifting be a form of overconsumption? There's a giant blue IKEA bag stuffed in the corner of my laundry that I think of as the bag of regret. It's crammed with unwanted clothes that I've accumulated from the past decade as a thrifting enthusiast. There are a few good finds in there, sure, but most are impulsive what-was-I-thinking purchases. A fugly skirt I thought was a steal because of the designer label inside. A tattered fur coat that's too cracked and moth-eaten to wear. An old wedding dress, yes, seriously, that I thought might be good for a project, that I predictably never gotten around to starting. Looking back, I can see that I wasn't building a sustainable wardrobe. I was chasing the dopamine hit that came with buying new things. The difference was that my shopping habit didn't feel like overconsumption. I wasn't racking up thousands of dollars of debt on designer handbags or filling my wardrobe with Zara. Everything I bought was secondhand. That was sustainable, right? Surely there were no consequences to indulging? Well, as it turns out, not quite. Don't get me wrong, shopping secondhand is way better from the planet than buying clothing new. But it doesn't mean it's impact-free. A recent study has found that, despite its reputation for sustainability, secondhand fashion consumers often exhibit fast fashion behaviors. The study found that shoppers who bought more secondhand items were also more likely to buy more new items. In short, secondhand fashion isn't necessarily a cure for overconsumption. It can actually fuel it. How Depop and Vinted took thrifting mainstream. It's not difficult to see why secondhand shopping has taken off. In recent years, resale fashion has exploded into a multi-billion-dollar industry. What was once the domain of church op shops is now one of fashion's fastest-growing sectors, and Australians are some of the biggest consumers driving it. Just last month, European resale giant Vinted launched Down Under. It's no small marketplace. Vinted is shaping up to be the biggest fashion retailer by volume in Europe, and it already is in France. Apps like Vinted and Depop have transformed the thrill of a salvos hunt into something you can do from your bed. As a teenager, I spent Sunday mornings at local markets rummaging for Levi's and 1 teaspoon shorts discarded by much cooler 20-somethings. But once I got my first debit card, the hunt never really ended. I could do it from my phone. Browsing a Vinnie's is a wholesome pastime. But shopping online, it's easy to forget we're dealing with billion-dollar corporations with a vested interest keeping us scrolling, searching, and buying. Between notifications about saved items, price drops, and new listings, it can start to feel like thrifting now follows us everywhere. Thrifting and impulse spending. One of the biggest drivers of my overconsumption was the FOMO that comes with thrifting. Unlike buying new, secondhand shopping rarely gives you the luxury of sleeping on a purchase for a few nights. If you don't buy something right now, there's the chance that someone else could snap it up. I adopted a scarcity mindset. What if I never find anything like it again? Suddenly, buying the dress on Depop I didn't need felt more logical than risking missing out. The lower price tags made each purchase feel more justifiable, but over time it was death by 1,000 cuts to my wallet and to my sense of style. More clothes, less style. The sad thing is, my obsession with secondhand shopping didn't translate into good outfits. I ended up with a wardrobe that created styling problems rather than solving them. Nothing fit me properly, and there was no cohesion between pieces. Somehow I owned a 19th century morning cape, but not a single pair of jeans that were comfortable. I thought the solution was more shopping. Surely the next super special vintage coat or once-in-a-lifetime designer find would pull everything together? But I got a rude awakening when my partner pulled up a photo of us and joked that the XXL men's coat I'd thrifted made me look like Gru from Despicable Me.
That's so mean.
I insisted it was oversized. It was meant to be that way. But my heart sank when I looked at the photo and realized he was right. It wasn't oversized in a cool way. It was oversized in a Gru way.
No, that's so mean.
I couldn't believe it. I'm a fashion journalist. How the hell did I end up walking around looking like a character from the bloody Minions universe?
Nah, drop him.
Seeing
Blame
myself
him.
as Gru was the push I needed to see that my relationship with shopping wasn't working.
No, it's
To
the
be
man.
fair, I could see how it spiraled out of control. The FOMO, the impulse sending, the overwhelm of my Depop algorithm that made me feel like I was being accosted by clothing rather than choosing it. The mistake of buying out of intrigue and not out of utility. But ultimately, this was where it had all ended. An IKEA bag full of clothes I didn't want and an accidental Gru cosplay.
Not the Gru.
I knew I had to change, beyond thrifting. This is in no way to suggest that secondhand shopping is bad. I still buy 90% of my closet pre-loved and pride myself on my collection of vintage. But in my case, I had to realize that sustainable shopping wasn't only about what I was buying, but my habit of buying. Ironically, my sense of personal style feels stronger now that I'm shopping much less. I have my notifications turned off on Depop. I can wander into a Vinnie's just to browse and not to buy. And I refuse to wrestle my body into one more pair of pants that don't fit. It turns out that the opposite of fast fashion isn't just slow fashion. It's slow shopping, too. Want more? Sign up for our newsletter to get the best of...
It's slow shopping. What was the Gru cosplay thing? I actually think that Gru is kind of cool looking. Gru is cool. I am such a sucker for like oversized clothing. Like I wear oversized hoodies for my streams. I stream in my PJs. Like I'm gonna sleep in this. So like for me it's like okay, whatever makes you feel comfortable and like whatever you feel in the moment is right. But for others it's like come on, lock in, be more feminine, be more presentable. You're being here, you're here with other people, like you should look a different way, you should talk a different way. But like for me it's like this is just who I am at this time. So I personally disagree that she was like messing up. I think it's the fiance's. Was it a fiance? Partner. She said partner. She said the partner called her Gru. If my partner said that I look like Gru, I'm sorry, but they're going on timeout. That guy is going on timeout ASAP. Can you tell that's why I'm single? Because I'm very particular with men. If a man tells me you look ugly, I'm dropping him. That would have been like the final straw, to be totally honest with you. No man is gonna tell me I look ugly. If you do, you're not in my life. The audacity. Maybe he was trying to say like, oh, you don't look the best. You look like you're drowning in the coat. But to make the metaphor of Gru is kind of rough. Here, let me look him up. If a man told me I look like this dude, I would crash out. That is not funny. Also, his coat is tight on him, and he's wearing a scarf. So like, what was the metaphor? The metaphor doesn't work. And it made her so insecure that she had to write an article about it. But like the point is, like at the end of the day, is like overconsumption via thrifting. I think that was like the main point that she was trying to make, and then she just shared a metaphorical story that didn't really make sense. But overconsumption is something that I've really fallen into when I have shopped at the bins. I have shared my journeys in the bins. Like I have shared hauls. I have shared the things that I resell on Depop. But I have way too much stuff for me. I was doing a closet clean out the other day, trying to decide what to keep and what to sell on Depop. Dude, I have so much stuff. It is low-key crazy how much stuff I have, and I need to get like 95% of it out of my room, like ASAP. And I do resonate. Like I have learned how to find my style by not shopping as much. I force myself to use the things that I have in my closet. But again, I have way too much stuff in my closet. Like, I have too many options. So, I think most of the stuff that I will keep is like black hoodies, black shirts, leggings, blue jeans. Like, I kind of already know my style. So to downsize my closet and to shop my closet already requires like an inherent understanding of what you like. Maybe it's not super conscious, but maybe I think I think what she was trying to say is like just look at what you have in your closet, because maybe you haven't noticed what you're buying, but I noticed. I feel like she just was talking about her own experience, that she hasn't really found her style or haven't really noticed until she stopped buying. So I think she became more self-aware. I think that's what she was trying to say. But yeah, she had FOMO from thrifting. Have you guys felt FOMO from not thrifting or thrifting? Fear of missing out in the thrift store? Well, sometimes I'm like, wait, what is happening at the thrift store? But I have no clue what I'll find. So it can be a waste of my time to go thrifting. So I think for me, when I go thrifting, I'm just hopeful I find something. But there's not a fear I'm going to miss anything, because sometimes there's not a lot of good stuff. It's not like when you go to like e.l.f. or like Zara and you already kind of know the trends that are coming out. You've seen kind of the campaigns or like the photos, so you know what you're missing. With thrifting, you don't know what you're missing, because you don't know what's going to be in the store. So I think what you're missing if you miss thrifting is like consuming stuff. That's so interesting to think about. Does anyone have FOMO from like not going to the thrift store? That's like embedded in materialism, no? An embedded need to shop. Wait, that's kind of like, I kind of don't like that. We have a desire to shop for no reason. No, I don't like how that sounds. I don't want that to be the thing. I don't want to miss shopping. Ew, imagine. Oh god. Imagine when I miss Goodwill thrifting. Oh no. I just sometimes get bored and I go to the bins. But I don't really miss it. I wonder if people have strong emotions around thrifting. But it's like you don't know what you're gonna find. But the thing is, when I do go to the bins, I just buy so much. It's like, oh, I love this, and I love that, and I love this, and I love that, and I love this. And then my cart is full. And I was like, dang, I should have never come here. I should have never followed the urge to be curious to see what's in the store today. I'm a little bit too curious. That's where I'm coming from. But it's good to know that other people have like FOMO or a desire to shop, or like an inherent need to shop, maybe for boredom, from loneliness. I don't even know, but like I'm always kind of grappling why people shop in the first place if they don't need it, and like how they justify it. Like that's just so fascinating to me, and I think it just shows that like fashion is very psychological, emotional, and not very logical sometimes. Because yeah, sometimes I make a purchase, I'm like, yeah, that was not the smartest thing. I shouldn't have bought in those shoes. But I was just going to the store to see what I could find for no reason. I just went. But I just go on vibes, not because I'm like trying to achieve anything. Note to self, do not go thrifting if I have nothing else to do. But like I go in the middle of the day when I have plans, so it's not even like I'm bored or even have free time. Wait, I'm so conflicted for some reason. Why do I go thrifting? Because I think it's fun, right? And I'm not necessarily bored. It's just it's part of like the routine. I don't know if anyone else relates. Like, do you thrift because of a routine to do so, or like to fill up time, or you're bored? Or am I just overthinking it? But for me, yeah, it's a routine. I didn't really realize that thrifting was a routine. And it just causes me to have a lot of random stuff. I knew about the random stuff. I didn't realize it was a routine. Okay. But yeah, it's so interesting though that like thrifting can lead to overconsumption. Huh. Our closets be like full of stuff, huh? If you want to get rid of your things, donate it. Please don't throw it away. Please don't throw it away. But I do want to talk about this fun Laredo fashion show. I'm going to stop my tangent on existentialism combined with thrifting because I can keep spiraling and I don't think that's personally fun for anyone else. So we're just... But yeah, the Laredo fashion show was hosted by the nonprofit Laredo Thrift and Center for Creative Reuse. So they transformed their location, their historic location called Casa Ortiz, into a runway for their show called Reconstructed. And it was actually their first fashion show. Okay, no wonder I've never heard of this, because I feel like I'm so on top of like sustainable fashion shows. And it's aimed at raising awareness about textile waste in Laredo. What? I actually went to Laredo once for an environmental training. I radicalized a bunch of like young people. That was fun. So with this fashion show, about 20 people and 7 designers participated using the historic home portico and main patio as a runway to showcase clothing that was given a second life through upcycling and reuse. So they worked with the Laredo thrift store and Center for Creative Reuse. Heather Garcia, the founder, said that the turnout and growing support gave the nonprofit another opportunity to spread its mission of keeping usable clothing out of the landfill. Oh my god, that's so cool. She says, I hope they learn that there are over 500 tons of clothing going into the Laredo landfill every month. No way. 500 pounds in just that city. What? Heather says that the stuff that we're presenting on the runway, it can be mended and upcycled and polished and worn however the hell you want. A lot of stuff in these warehouses are still unusable. Or still usable. A lot of the stuff in the warehouses are still usable. So I just wanted them to have a better understanding. Whoa! The first models were actually students from Texas A&M International University. That's so cool. I wonder who the designers were. Oh, they're local designers. San Antonio-based designer. Houston-based Laredo designer. They were local designers. Whoa. Okay, let's see a video. Do they have a video? These are photos. So from left to right, the founders Heather and Mauricio. Wait, who are they posed with? From left, founder Heather and Mauricio Garcia posed during Reconstruct. I think this is the model in the middle, and these are the founders of the thrift store. Okay, let's see a video. I've been yapping. Is it this? Okay, yeah. No, it's not. Wait, actually, that's not. Wait, I thought that was the video. Dang it. Okay, let's see if we have any YouTube videos. If not, then we're just kind of stuck with that photo. I legit thought that was a video. Dang. They freaking tricked me, huh? I'm gonna not share my screen because I'd be looking up stuff and then it's like, oh no. I showed you something I shouldn't. Okay, let's see. Oh, baba. Okay. They have a little fashion week. But this is a fashion show with the thrift store. Okay, so they did it outside of the Laredo Fashion Week. That's interesting. That was an interesting choice. I wonder why they did that. Maybe it's not active. It was like... Oh, have they not been doing the Laredo Fashion Week? It doesn't seem like they've continued it. So they just kind of did their own thing. Interesting. That's good to know. Laredo is such a small little place, but it's so cute. And it's like majority Hispanic. I really did enjoy my time there. It was beautiful. I felt at home. W Laredo. Does it not have... Oh my gosh, I trolled you guys. I don't have a video of it. Well, we can just look at the photos. I trolled. Okay, so we have this. These looks are cool. This looks like bandanas for the dress. I think they upcycled the denim. Dang, did no one film it? That's fine. They seem to have a fun time. They painted the faces. Created a quilt once used by her late father, giving the material new life as a tribute to him. Oh, this is a blanket. Oh, that's so lovely. You can't really see it in the lighting, but that's so cool. Ugh. We need more photos. See, I love featuring like local stuff, but it's kind of hard to appreciate it when there's not a lot of videos or photos. But this is cool. Hopefully they post it more in different places. I'll look into the designers that did this so I can find better stuff. It's just it would be hard to find it right now because they don't even have their social medias linked. We can try with this one person and then we'll move on. We'll see what we can find. Is this her? Okay. San Antonio. Oh, okay, this is the designer. She's worked in the NYC fashion industry. And now she's doing her own thing. Oh, cool. Did she post? Please post. Please. Did you post on your Instagram about this? I want to see some stuff. Handmade from secondhand and dead stock textiles. So fashion is for everyone. Oh my gosh, queen. Are these your pieces? Please tell me this is it. No. This was for a Renaissance fair. Oh, whoa. Well, that's still cool though. Renaissance Fair Fashion Show. Wait, I didn't know there was a fair fashion show for Renaissance stuff. I've never been to Renaissance. I low-key wanna go. Would she make me something? What? These are cool. So fashion designs. That looks like a quilt. Oh, nice. She's so talented. What? Slay. Okay, I'm gonna follow her. She seems cool. Wait, what is this one? Wait, she's making stuff all the time. Yeehaw! You can tell that she's from Texas. I'm good with the music. Okay, I should follow her. I low-key want to stalk someone else listed on here. Okay, maybe let's try one more person. One more person. Tina Wellington of Sweet Cotton Vintage. Okay, maybe she'll be easy to look for. Because she has like a brand. Those are more niche words. She'll pop up, I swear. Okay, there she is. Tina. Tina! Vintage buyer and seller. Oh, cool. What? What is this for? Whoa. Okay, this was part of the fashion show because it was at Casa Ortiz. Wait, what? She made this? Dude, these people are so talented. Oh, okay, this is the thrift store. Laredo Creative Reuse. Sustainable fashion, creative reuse, and education. Oh, we have a video. The Mickey Mouse. Dude, oh my gosh, I want to go to the. I want to go next year. If they have, if they have one next year, I want to go so bad. This is what's giving me FOMO. This is FOMO to me. I love a good fashion show. Oh my gosh, slay. Emmy, hello. Hi. Dude, they had so much fun. Look at the poses they were doing. And all the pieces are so unique. I don't know what's happening here, but that's so cool. Next time, they have to film it. What if I'm the one that goes and does like a video on it? I will do free marketing for them. Surely by next July, I will have the money to go to Laredo, Texas for the show. The carbon emissions of my plane, right, is gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad, but in the name of sustainable fashion in Laredo, a city that I love, I will go. Oh, this stuff is so great. The pieces are so unique. This one is so fun. Whoa. All the colors. I think they upcycled the pants. I don't think they actually made the pants, but I think the coat, like the top, I think they made that. I think the same thing with this. Like, I feel like they used the shoes they already had. They upcycled the jean piece. I'm assuming. I don't know the breakdown, but it's amazing. Oh, there's a dress. Oh, I thought it was paint. It's kisses. This is the reworked blanket in honor of the father. Thought it was paint. Okay, my bad, my bad. The Mickey piece. That's so fun. I love that. It's so fun. Where would you wear that? Oh, like the Disney World? Disney stuff? Oh, interesting. This kind of looks like blood, though. It's kind of off-putting, but it's interesting. Fits the theme. This one looks like fast fashion, but I guess it's upcycled or reworked. Maybe the jacket is what they made, and then they just paired like a shirt and pants with it. I'm not sure. This dress. Oh, the glamour. If they made this dress, they're really talented. What? That's so fun. Okay, I wanna follow them. 706 followers. They're doing good. And then they linked it to this Instagram. Is this, what is this? LA Fashion Snob. Was this the model? Oh yeah, it was the model. Oh, interesting. Okay. Fun! I love that. This is goals, actually. I never actually thought about that. Like, if I have my own thrift store in the future, I can host my own sustainable fashion shows. Like in the future, if that ever does happen, like, I can credit Laredo for inspiring me. Because I never really realized that. I know it sounds weird. I look at sustainable fashion shows all the time, but I never put those two thoughts together. That, like, me as a future business owner, maybe in like 5 to 10 years, whatever, can finally, like, have a way to fund something like this. I could maybe put together a sustainable fashion show without being a business owner. I could do it for free or like for very cheap, but I would have to recruit the designers. I would need money for the venue. How would I supply the designers with the materials? How would I market it? I think it would be a lot of work for free, and I would be asking for donations if I did it outside of like the angle of a business owner, you know? Like, I would just need to like do everything on my own with no money. So it's worth thinking about. Like, a lot of people can, in theory, host their own fashion show, specifically for sustainable fashion. But it's just so much effort. Like, I feel like I would need a team, and I feel like I would need a lot of like support, like financially and mentally. But it is doable. If you really want to do something, you can do it. It's not going to be the best quality if you're just like doing it with very little resources. So I think it would be an interest of anyone that if you want to do a sustainable fashion show, you can collaborate with your local fashion thrift store, like your local thrift store. But we don't have a lot of good thrift stores in my area. So I would have to research that if I ever wanted to do a local sustainable fashion show, like within the next 1 to 3 years, I would have to like work in partnership with others. So, but it's good to know. This is good to know. I love that they're doing this, and I want to attend. I want to enjoy the shows. So maybe next year I'll go. Cool. And if you're near Texas, you should definitely support. You should definitely go next year in July. Hopefully they do have it next year. And I wonder what happened to their fashion week. What the heck? It disappeared. Alright. We're gonna move on. Clicking out of these links is like torture. One very interesting thing that I want to talk about is how a lot of major brands, also known as fast fashion, are creating mending programs. Mending programs are basically programs that allow people, typically younger people, to learn how to mend. It's a lost art form, I feel like. To kind of give a personal story before we read the article, I learned how to sew, how to mend from my mom because she knew how to do that. I didn't ever take any formal classes. I didn't talk to anyone else about fashion. It was always like in my house that I learned about this topic. So like if I needed to embroider something, it was my mom in my living room. If I wanted to mend something, it was my mom in my living room. If I wanted to sew on a sewing machine, it was my mom's sewing machine. Like, my mother was my teacher. And she always had a lot of fabrics everywhere, so I just would end up stealing her stuff and, like, experimenting on my own. And I would destroy all her fabrics. But I'm just grateful that she let me do that because I was really introverted. So if she had taken me to, like, formal classes... Sorry, I keep switching back and forth. But if she had taken me to normal, like, classes, I would have, like, not done well because I was really shy as a kid, very introverted, had a lot of anxiety, and my brain is just wired differently, so I don't think I would have done well in a, I guess, quote-unquote, academic space or formal space around sewing, around mending as a child, especially as a child. I was highly nonverbal. I never talked as a child. So if I had been forced to have a hobby as a kid, I wouldn't have done well. I was always by myself, and I love that for me. And now that I'm older and I have free time and like free will, I'm like so interested to like learn how to like sew in a more formal space. But I am a bit older, so this is why this is so interesting to me. Like, going to a formal mending class by a brand is so new to me because of my background. I did go to fashion merchandise school. I took classes on fashion, but they were not like sewing classes. Like, merchandise is different from design. I just learned about the theory of fashion, but it was related into a business context. That's why I was able to double major in fashion merchandising and business management, because they were so deeply connected and related to each other. But it was like very theoretical classes that I took. So just because I have a fashion degree doesn't mean I know how to sew. A lot of people would ask me, so what are you actually studying if you study fashion merchandise? Like the theory of how to sell fashion. The theory of like styling, the art of visual merchandise. Like, it was just concepts. So I have yet to even go to a mending class, but I saw that Uniqlo and Zara are doing this. They're taking Gen Z's specific interest in sustainable fashion and capitalizing on it. And I think they're doing it because they know that we're concerned about the environment. They know that we are aware of fast fashion. They know that we want to be hands-on. I feel like we're always being told, you're the generation that needs to save the world. You're the ones responsible in making the change. The boomers have told us consistently over and over and over again, it's the youth that will save what's going on. It's the youth that needs to take action when they are the ones that have caused the issues. And the boomers, the ones with all the money, with all the resources, who have basically caused a lot of what we're experiencing as young individuals are telling us to fix their errors. Yes, I hate boomers. I had a very long tangent about it at work today. I don't like boomers. I do not like boomers. I don't. I'm sorry if I offend any boomers, but they really need to take some responsibility in what they've caused. And it just irks me that a lot of young people that I've met have a lot of eco anxiety, don't know what to do, don't know how to take action for the issues that they're seeing around them. I've seen a lot of my peers buy from Depop, from eBay, from local thrift stores in an effort to not put their money into major corporations that are causing destruction upon our earth. And it's not enough to like buy from Depop or eBay, or not enough to buy vegan. Like sometimes we want to do more, and I think this is like a prime example. Like youth want to like feel like they're fixing something, whether it's just like one piece of clothing that they maybe ripped, or just they bought ripped, or want to like learn a new skill. So Levi's and Uniqlo are actually offering repair services. So like a staff member can repair it for you, but they also have classes where they teach young consumers how to like fix the item. So this article goes into detail. Let me talk about this section. So Levi's has actually a hand stitching course for high school students after determining that many members of Gen Z lack the sewing skills to match their interest in thrift store shopping and sustainability. So employees spend 90 minutes instructing teenagers on 4 tasks: sewing a button, patching a hole, and fixing a tear. So the Wear Longer program, which is a San Francisco-based company, is expanding across the U.S. and builds on the repair and customization services Levi's offers at hundreds of stores worldwide. They said, "We think it's important to empower the people who buy our clothes with the skill sets to maintain them." Detroit resident Chloe, who was 25 years old, is the kind of consumer retailers hope to attract with a "fix it, don't ditch it" message. What? 20? What's this? I thought she was 25 years old. So when it says Chloe and then 25, does that mean her age or her like graduation year? Because it says in high school she shopped at inexpensive trendy stores. She fixed small. Wait, what? And then she fixed a big rip. What? Okay, sorry. This is really interesting. My brain is struggling to read this. I don't know what 25 means, and then they're talking about high school, so I'm trying to figure out what happened. Okay, so it says in high school, she shopped at inexpensive trendy stores, and then fixing a big rip felt beyond her limited sewing ability. If she damaged a top or skirt from Forever 21, I may just throw it away. Okay. Which, I mean, it's kind of valid. If you don't know how to fix something, it's kind of like, dang, what do I do? Should I throw it away? But we should not be throwing stuff away. So I feel like the point of what they're trying to make, because I'm not going to read this article in detail, is that it's good to have basic sewing skills so that you can fix it so you don't throw it away. I think that's like the logical reasoning here. You know what my pet peeve is? If you watch me consistently, you know that like an article with just words pisses me off, or like it messes with me, because I don't want to read words upon words upon words. I'm not that smart. Well, okay, maybe a bit, but my attention span is cooked. I need more than words. Give me more pictures. I guess the real question here is, would you attend one of these mending courses, especially if it comes from a major fashion brand that profits from fast fashion? Because Levi's does create a lot of trends, like it creates a lot of products. Knowing that context, when you go to the repair class, if you're interested in like learning how to sew or learning about something related to mending, Levi says Oh, wait. So, oh, Primark also has some. They also have customer education. It's called Love It for Longer, and these events are where customers are taught skills like replacing zippers and buttons. Zara also has programs like that. It has a digital platform. And they resell their used pieces and have a way for customers to request basic alterations and repairs. I've never heard of that. They have the program available in 17 of the nearly 100 countries where the trend-driven retailer operates. 17 out of 100 is very little. Huh. Uniqlo, they also mentioned Uniqlo. I wonder if I can see a Levi's workshop on YouTube. I've seen Uniqlo in Chicago and downtown. I've seen their stores. I've never been in, but I've heard that they're like ultra fast fashion. They're from Japan, I believe. Let me see what they say about them. Oh, so Uniqlo offers a range of aftercare services, including repairs, decorative sashiko mending, embroidery, and creative restyling. So, like, if I go to Uniqlo in Chicago, will they, like, provide repairs? Or is it at certain stores? It doesn't specify. Wait, she looks low-key cool. Clothing repair workshop at Levi's in San Francisco. What? I kind of want to go to a workshop now. Dang. Okay, I kind of know how to sew. So it'd be maybe a waste of my money because I can always ask my mother. She can reteach me. I have forgotten. I'm not a perfect person. I have basic skills. I just have to remember them. That's my issue. I feel like I learn and know a lot, but I can't retain it. I can't retain information that well. It's impressive when people actually remember stuff. Clothing repair workshop, Levi. I think we'll look at that to see if we can find an actual Levi workshop instead of like talking about it. Oh wait, 2 days ago. Levi's will now offer clothing repair services. San Francisco. Okay, perfect.
If you don't understand conflict, you are very easy to manipulate.
Josh,
Welcome back to Morning Sun 2. Some retailers are encouraging consumers to make their clothing last longer by offering to fix worn or damaged garments. Now, Levi Strauss is the latest chain to start offering clothing repair services. Other companies, including Uniqlo, also started services to customize or repair clothing. And in addition to that, Levi's launched an introductory stitching class for high school students and recent grads in San Francisco. In a world of fast fashion, the goal of the class is to teach younger shoppers how to repair their clothing they have rather than throwing it out and buying something new.
It's about building a relationship with the clothes that you have. I think we're in a time where people are purchasing and discarding clothing at the fastest rate that's probably ever been in our history.
I love knowing that it is a little way that I can like help the world, because we've learned a lot about like how much waste really goes into like textile manufacturing and just making clothes in general.
The United Nations estimates 100 million tons of textile waste is generated globally every year.
I wish someone would teach me that.
It's such a great idea. I mean, and I will tell you, I have a lot of hope for the younger generation because earlier we played we have that soundbite from that one.
oh my God, what is it with the boomers telling us that they have hope that we're going to change things? I am so hopeful for the youth. Stop it.
Girls thinking about it. My younger daughter, who's in LA, like they go thrift shopping. They go thrift shopping when they need stuff. They're not always, I mean, things are expensive and they're being very conscientious with their money and the environment. They're very aware of what fast fashion has done, and I'm really happy to hear that. And then we also have ThredUp, we have Buy Nothing, we have, Poshmark and all these places where you can sell your stuff and buy stuff, and it's so great.
Sal and I were just talking about polishing our own shoes.
Right.
You know,
Making your shoes last. You invest in one good pair or two good pairs of shoes.
Well,
they'll last
I
for
have
years.
more than that,
I know. But
I feel
as opposed to buying a cheap pair, you're going to go through those.
Yeah, you go through them. So I have, Because I think someone, I don't remember who it was, but they found it strange that I polished my own shoes.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course. Yeah, I got the whole, I got
That
the
way
whole.
you
list of
detail them
colors.
exactly the way you want. I'm very particular, right?
I mean,
And
it takes no time at all.
The time to go somewhere, you got to park,
Yeah,
pay for parking, drop your shoes off.
I'll really get it repaired. I'll get it repaired. You know, if there's something wrong that I
Same.
can't do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're great. I take my shoes over, get a new heel. The shoes
Yeah,
are
like
good
that.
to go for some more time.
Staying on theme here.
Oh my god, they cut him off. I wonder if there's any more videos on this, because they were acting like this is a new program, but I do have a friend that has worked in the Levi's tailor shops before. She was there for like a year before she started becoming her own seamstress, and then she makes videos on making wedding dresses on the side. So I know this has been running for longer. It may be dependent on the state, but they probably, this workshop that I just featured from San Francisco may have been running for just a few weeks or just a week. So it must be new in San Francisco. The Levi's tailor shop, this was 2 years ago. Okay. Okay, let's see this one. But I do want to note, like, where my friend worked was, like, behind in the back corner of a Levi's store. Like, she was going mad. She was going crazy mad with the songs that Levi's would play in their retail spot. But she was, like, in the back. So she had some privacy, but, like, it was just in the same, like, in the same store people shopped at.
Hi, this is Mesura, the Levi's tailor shop denim designer of Zara City.
Okay, the music is so loud in this video. But yeah, I was like in the back corner. I can mute it actually. So I was in the back corner of the store, and then they would just like go ahead and do stuff with the clothing that the customers needed help with. So she's distressing the jeans for a customer. She's adding little details or painting. Interesting. Yeah, I would see her like talk about this. My friend would talk about this. Wait, that would be kind of fun to do, but I would have to buy an item for them for them to do it for me. I don't need more jackets or jeans or stuff. And it would cost money to buy the patches. But this is cool. You can customize it, or they can customize it for you. Okay, I'm gonna move on just for the sake of time, but one of the last things that I want to talk about is this designer. Her name is Colina Strada. So recently, Copenhagen Fashion Week happened. A lot of sustainable fashion influencers, designers were gathered there. I have never been. I don't want to spend my money going to Copenhagen. I don't have the money to spend to go to Copenhagen. So the desire and the ability are not there. But a lot of people are so hyped for Copenhagen Fashion Week because it does feature a lot more like sustainable oriented designers. But Colina is a New York based brand. So she presented this collection. It's called Delirium in Bloom. Delirium in Bloom. So let's look at the show. Before that, let's learn a bit about it. Let's see the do they have a summary? They're just yapping. Oh my god, this article is just yapping. It doesn't explain the ethos of the show. You would assume they would have if like they're writing so much in this article. Delirium in Bloom. Colina Strada. Don't you just love when an article just yaps with no context of like what they're actually talking about? They go on a fan fiction about the most random stuff. They were describing the clothing, to be fair, but like not the mission of the collection. Okay. Harper Bazaar, can you explain what the show is about? We'll look at the pieces in a bit. Okay, more fan fiction. Holy moly, these people love to write. Did they not explain what the show meant? Like, what's the fan fictions about? Let me see. Oh, what language is this? Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so it says here, Delirium and Bloom resist the idea of easily identifiable wardrobe staples. So this is the pre-spring collection, presented as a one-of-a-kind Copenhagen exclusive, and was less concerned with individual garments than with the transformation of materials, silhouettes, and the body itself. Interesting. So there was manipulating fabric. Interesting. Okay. What did we say it was? It was redefining materials, transforming material silhouettes in the body itself. Okay. Alright. That makes sense. Okay, let's watch the show. This is a long-winded way to find a show, but like it's very interesting how it's a struggle to find what the meaning of a show is. Not to be too critical or anything, but it's kind of how to do some obstacles in there to find good information. Oh god. The violins. The violins are like becoming kind of annoying. The formatting is so cool though. Like next to the water. I was kind of like overthinking it, thinking, oh my gosh, if I was ever to do a show, like how would I do it? Maybe it's just getting a public space and having people walk down in the middle of somewhere. Maybe it's not that complicated. Wow, okay. Things are doable. I do want to note the pieces are incredibly unique. Like every single thing we see here is so unique. It's so beautiful. Would I wear this? Probably not. I mean, I'm wearing a black hoodie. I have a completely different vibe. Like I wear grunge stuff, but like this is exquisite. This piece right here, so beautiful. Wait, I love this one. Wait, that's low-key beautiful. I like this black dress. Wait, this is my vibe. It's like grungy, but like whimsical. Wait, that one's so cool too. I like this one too. Yeah, this is my vibe too. Wide. Wait, I like this one too. Not with the sandals though. The violins are like kind of making it so intense. I've never seen these sandals like this before. And sandals are so unique. With the sock combo. Not gonna lie, maybe this will ruin it for you guys, but like the sock with the sandal combo makes the feet look like ostrich feet. You guys see that? It's like ostrich feet. That looks like tinsel in their hair. Is that tinsel in their hair? Wait, that is tinsel. It's like silver tinsel. Whoa. Guys, can we like take a break from the violins for a second? Oh my gosh. The violins are kind of bothering me. Okay. Actually, I can just mute it. I can just mute it. Let's just mute it because the violins are not my vibe. We can play some like Mexican music if we want. Oh, we watched this part? Okay, we were almost at the end. Oh, this is the final walk rundown. The walk rundown, yup. I know my terms. The color schemes are all very correlated with each other. There's a lot of like white tones, but it's also very sparkly. I do want to know if the tinsel's biodegradable or like how they incorporated that. Oh my god, the puppies. That's so cute. That may not have been planned. Are those stray dogs? Oh no, grab them puppies. I definitely do like the black pieces. Oh my god, the puppy. I do like the green schemes, like those that are being shown right now. Those are such a vibe. And it matches the landscape with the grass and the pavement. It's very earthy. I honestly really love this concept. It's like my sort of style in clothing and design, but I lean more towards black. So like the only thing I'd actually realistically support, even though everything is technically my style, would be like the black items. But it would be a bit more toned down. It wouldn't have so much sparkles and stuff, but I do wear a lot of moss greens. Maybe you guys liked it? Oh, the last piece. Ooh, the last piece. She's such a vibe. Wait, the way that she was running and she was so awkward with the glasses, I'm obsessed. Who is she? Oh, this is her YouTube channel. I've been horrible with this mic system the entire stream. If my audio has been horrible, I'm so sorry. The audio has been bad. Oh wait, I should just do this the entire stream. Okay, audio is gonna be better because I'm gonna be holding it like this. 1,000 subs and she only has 16 videos. She doesn't really upload a lot. Did she have any interviews? Colina Strada. Okay, this is one of the last things we're gonna look at, and then I'm gonna end the stream. But if you want to know more about the industry, the news will be in my Canva deck. This is a link in my YouTube description if you want it and you're on Twitch. Just go to my YouTube. It's called Sustainable Amor. You can find the link in my About Me page. But yeah, there's a bunch more happening in the industry. There's so much happening in the industry. I will be going to the Sustainable Fashion Symposium that's happening in Chicago, September 26th. So I will be vlogging that. It's going to be so fun. It's pricey, but I want to support what's happening in my city. I want to leave my room. So that's going to be something I support. But yeah, a bunch of other fun stuff. I don't know why everything that I put as the title is C. What's going on? But yeah, all the links are at the side. So even if it doesn't have a title, like the links are at the side, as you saw. Actually, I deleted it. Now it's back. There you go. It's back. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is investigate Colina, and then I'm going to jump off. I'm gonna jump off because I have to end at 9:30 and it's 9:25. I do follow her. Okay. Okay. Yes. Nice. That's a win. She's in New York. Oh my god, I need to visit New York like ASAP. Let's look at her website. Wait, her phone case is this. The phone case they're selling is so similar in color to mine. I love that color. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Wait, how much is the hoodie? The hoodie is $350. Okay, but I like this little feature right there. Wait, that's so cool. What else do they have? Whoa. This is my vibe. The hoodie grunge vibe. Dude, I love her stuff so much. The lavender green zip-up hoodie. The just pop-up. $340. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Dude, I love it. I love all of it. Oh my god. I hate when I find something I really like and I can't buy any of it. This is grungy. I like this one. I would wear this one. Oh god. It's giving like Courtney. Courtney was married to Kurt Cobain. This is literally Courtney vibe. Oh my gosh. I'm like legit obsessed. Oh gosh, there's so much here. Dude, I'm a fan. This one is so nice. This lace one. The details are so unique. I like the front of it. Maybe there's a zoom in. Yeah. I like how it's cut very weird. That's so cool. So cool. Okay. Is there any interviews around her? I would love to know more about like her philosophy, like know more about her, because she seemed a bit like quirky. I like interesting quirky people. The stranger you are, the better. But like don't be creepy about it, you know what I mean? Like a wholesome unique. I like wholesome uniqueness. Okay, let's see. 3 years ago, open all your chakras fashion? What is this? Okay. We'll watch it, even though it's old.
Hello, welcome to New York.
New York, Chinatown. Today we go to Colina Strada.
Come on in.
We pay a studio visit to the fashion brand with the most open chakras ever.
Do you have a flower walk?
We can make one.
Colina Strada's designer, Ellie. It's the best fashion show ever in the hallway. She's introducing us to her lovely, lovely team.
Not on mushrooms, I promise.
Is that like a real accent, or like is he just coming up with it?
Pink socks everywhere. We talk about the Colina Strada's ethics. Power snaps.
He's hot because his feet have peppers on them.
It's fashion for the compost-loving, flower-smelling, garment-repairing, vintage buying.
That accent cannot be real. Is that legit an accent?
Vegan-eating, mushroom-digesting crowd.
Before Doja Cat was a cat. Meow.
Hello, I'm Luc Pigeon, and yes, I compensated for my carbon footprint.
Maybe it is.
Subscribe to my channel to see everything about fashion, the Chanel blockbuster shows, and the upcoming designers. Share this video with your families and leave a comment. Mood board.
Welcome to Strada.
Whoa. How have I never seen a video of her? I follow her on Instagram, but I've never really looked into it before. Whoa.
She's a Leo, Capricorn ascendant. Her moon is in Scorpio.
Where are we?
We're in Chinatown.
Who was here?
She's in Chinatown? Oh my gosh, she's in Chinatown. But this was 3 years ago.
Today there are 6, but it's always changing. Some days 10, some days 4, some days 12. Every day is a new journey of what we're working on. Eva has on a look for us from our fall collection. Do you want to do some walks in the hall?
Yeah. Ah ouais, in the hallway you should do. That's why
the
you
hallway.
do.
We do the walks in the hallway.
Show me. We're doing the fashion show.
Let's do your animal walk. Just one of them that we were practicing. That was the animal walk.
Animal walk, okay.
Do one more fashion. And then show us the butterfly from spring 23. And then change the butterfly on the way back. Do Do another butterfly. Do this one.
Magical.
Yeah. It's like a subtle way to just like have a little fun. Just a little bit of spirit fingers and a little bit of flutter.
We need fun.
Yeah.
How do you practice?
Practice in the hallway.
You practice here?
I'm like always trying to figure out a way that you can be like fashion, but also chic and like a little bit avant-garde and a little bit, I don't know, not so serious maybe. It's kind of the vibe.
The Colina Strada fashion shows are held.
Oh my gosh, she's so cool. How old is she? Wait. Where has she been my entire life? Oh, she's so cool.
In New York Fashion Week, it's often outside. In this one, REFINERY opens with a fine, strappy, lacy dress over trousers. New shapes, new prints, new colors, new hairdos, and new ways of walking. Because besides from walking and strutting, it's also about the elaborate fingers choreography. Playing the piano fingers, coochie-cooching the stars, giddy-giddy aux étoiles. Fruits are smiling back to you. Young supermodels reinventing the
so
hands and hips
cute.
pose. Reinventing fashion elves. The face is fashion. The attitude is fantasy. Saying hi to the guests walk. Giving Harper's Bazaar cover hands. Even actress Jimmy McKirk plays along. The perfect butterfly, app and poetry. An eagle? No, I'm a butterfly. Sassy butterfly alert. Goéland vert,
So
fashion
fun.
seagull. And the inclusivity is real. Green braids drawing hearts on the wooden runway.
Come back into our fashion house.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed. She's so strange.
I love it. It's better than Mademoiselle Privée at
Yeah.
Chanel.
Thank you. Hand drawn. This is my dog, Bowie. He's our little mascot. He's also wearing some spiky chains.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
What's his name?
He's a punk.
First time ever I see a mohawk on a dog.
Kind of looks like a hyena like this a little bit. I think it suits him.
I'm a Carla Choupette. Nina Ricci as a kangaroo.
Pow, Pow, my little hyena.
It's so cute.
This thing is all made with like garbage.
What do you mean garbage?
Garbage?
So, like studio leftover trash, studio leftover fabric. This is literally like a zip tie from the ground. This is like something we found in the park. This is literally like metallic garbage. And so then all together, like really chic.
Are you wearing Colina?
She's so talented. Oh my goodness. Whoa. This is by Loke. He's legit French. Okay. Sorry if I was mean to him. Loke Pregent. Yep. That's his name. So if you want to see the full video, you can watch it there. But I do have to jump off. Dude, she's so fun. She's so fun. She seems lovely. I'm gonna jump off. It's been a lovely stream. Thank you everybody for joining. It was incredibly successful on YouTube for some reason. A lot of people were jumping in. A lot of new watchers, a lot of trolls, but a lot of new fans. Emmy, if you're legit a fan, thank you so much, Emmy. They were so excited to type. And then Nat seemed legit. So thank you, Nat, for jumping in. For Twitch, you guys are realistically kind of like dead. I think my Twitch has been killed by haters. I don't know what happened on Twitch. I multi-stream, and I was streaming every day, and I was getting consistent views, and then now I'm not. But it's totally fine. I think I'll rebuild Twitch, but it's really hard to grow on Twitch. It's really hard to like keep a loyal base, especially when there's so much competition from other streamers. But on YouTube, it's kind of different because a lot of people don't really talk about the stuff that I talk about on YouTube. There's not a lot of fashion streamers on YouTube. But on Twitch, it's just like a whole different world. It's like, it's very interesting how Twitch operates. But thank you so much for jumping in. It's been fun. I will be back on Friday. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Take care, guys. I'll see you Friday. We'll see you Friday. Said it like 3 times for effect. Did it take effect? Okay, bye.